am, I'm am, I'm am, I'm am. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. I'm am, I'm am, I'm am, who you with, I'm am. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. I'm am, I'm am, I'm am, I'm am. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. I'm am, welcome, I'm am, welcome, I'm am, welcome, I'm am, welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. I'm am, welcome, I'm am, welcome, I'm am, welcome, I'm am, I'm am. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. I'm am, welcome, I'm am, welcome, I'm am, welcome, I'm am, I'm am. Welcome to Speak On It, welcome to Speak On It. I'm am, welcome to Speak On It, welcome to Speak On It. I'm am, welcome to Speak On It, welcome to Speak On It. I'm am, welcome to speak, welcome to speak, I'm am, 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 I'm am, who you with, CURTDOG?
Yo, what's going on? Happy Monday to everyone. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With, CURTDOG. I'm M, Who You With, CURTDOG. Man, it's been a wonderful day today. Hopefully, y'all had a great time. Just like we did last week, we're going to keep it going with our artists of the day. We actually have somebody out of Cleveland, Ohio, Nips Music, is coming to the show. What's going on, Nips?
Peace, what up with you? How you feeling?
Doing good, man. I know we
That's what's
met,
up.
man. I've been vibing on this song reverse, man.
I
That's
appreciate that.
that's some dope stuff right there. I guess we met almost a month ago on
Yeah,
Clubhouse, and we talked about it. And your time finally came up for you to come on the show. So,
right. I'm very appreciative to be here. Thank you.
kind of curious, what inspired this song?
This song right here, this was inspired by the plethora of things. I need my charger. Oh, like so I'm from the central community in Cleveland, Ohio, and that's really what inspired this song. I was seeing, a lot of children go through a lot of challenges, and I would tell them over and over again, like, no matter what you're going through, it's gonna be cool. Like, we got a lot of blessings that we can look into. And we can overcome whatever we go through. It's gonna be all right. And that's what made, and then like reverse what you're going through. That's why the song is titled Reverse. Cause like if you're going through something really bad, we'll reverse that bad thing and make it good. Now if you're going through something really great, I don't know how you can reverse that. You can only go up from there. But um, yeah, just don't take your situation as you're gonna have that situation forever. And that's what I would tell them.
Most definitely. Man, as soon as I heard the song, I sent you that message. I said, man, that's fire right there.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
That song, I like it. It's positive, and you're doing a lot of positive things up in Cleveland. That
Yes.
I feel that when people doing positive things in their community, they definitely should be exposed about it because so much we hear about all the negative things that goes on in our community, but we never very suddenly. Oops, you still there? Look like we lost him, um, but very suddenly do we um, hear about great things people are doing in their community. Um, so I'm glad that the brother is actually doing great things. Look like he's trying to log back in. Um, so he should be back on camera in just a minute. Yeah, he sent me a message said the computer died. So so definitely check out Nip's music. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos. Welcome to the show. Long time listener, always a great supporter. And uh, glad you can make it out tonight from Canada. So as soon as Nip's able to come back on, his internet died, so he should be coming back up in a minute. His computer died, so as soon as he come back, we'll bring him back in. So definitely check him out. He's on Spotify. The brother is doing some big things up in Cleveland. I could talk about him and tell you what he's doing, but sometimes it's best to hear from the person itself, the things that he doing in the community, which is stuff that I like. Going out, cleaning the community, mentoring young guys, and leading them in the right direction. So even that song "Reverse" is also um, written about the young kids. Even though your situation may be bad right now, but you can always reverse it by the things that you do in life. Uh, it may look bad, but you have that opportunity to change it. So that's always a good thing. Love what the brother is doing in Cleveland. Um, so hopefully he'll be back on real soon because we got to keep it moving. So other than that, man, I'm excited about having him on there. There you go.
Yep, I'm back. My apology. I really do apologize.
Oh no, it's all good. I understand because last night we had issues with I don't know what was going on. Just as I started the theme song, the computer crashed. And like I told you earlier, it took 4 hours of updating the computer today. So I'm like, man. So I've been kind of talking about what all you doing in Cleveland. Talk about um, what you're doing to give back to your community up there.
Yeah.
Um,
Right now, what I'm doing to get back to my community is I'm a central community ambassador. So I oversee a lot of the central community. We work. I work with other individuals that have love for the central community or want to help out the central community, and we do. We have meetings just talking about how we're gonna make it better, and then we place what we gonna do into act. One of the ways that we did that was, and last year, the picture that y'all seeing, I've been hosting a lot of community cleanups. I did a lot of those last year. I did it every other Sunday. The children loved it, adults loved it. So that's the thing I'm looking to come back in full force once the spring hits. And then also I did some landscaping. I helped some kids learn about landscaping in the central community, and we just cut the essential workers or people that are elderly citizens like that, so we can cut their grass for free. We was able to do that last year a few times. Also, what I've been doing to get back to the community is sometimes I see kids, they sell water in my neighborhood specifically. There's a lot of been like, I guess, trying to get better with people. So like a lot of children would be selling waters on the street or Gatorades or chips. And instead of me giving them $1, I would ask them like, instead, can I give you a book? Because I carry around books in my trunk for the purposes of whenever I want to read to like my son or one of my nieces, I got a book on me. So I would ask them that instead of giving them $1, or I might give them a book with $1 in it as a surprise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Here go 2 donations. Here go to education, and here go the funds that you were looking for. But I don't want to. I don't like just giving people money because sometimes we don't know what to do with that money anyway. So I like to teach people about you got to learn before you can even get money in the first place.
oh
And that's
man,
what I've been doing.
that's some good stuff right there because education is the key, especially for our young kids. And as for school, school is real bad right now because they're having to transition from being in the classroom to homeschooling, and that's hard on them also. But you also offering them a book to read because a lot of kids they don't get offered that.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing that you're doing. And I'm looking at the pictures. I see you and 3 young boys that is out there picking up the trash, and it was a video you had sent me when we first met that showing you was talking to the young boys about
Hmm.
giving back to the community, going out cutting the grass and just giving back. And it wasn't about the money, it's serving. And that's
Yeah.
something that I love to do is serve pre-COVID.
Right.
Still trying to do a little bit now, but can't really do it. But it's everybody needs to do their part. So um,
They do, man. They do. Last year, like when COVID first struck, I was working for the company called City Year, and what they do is they have a mentorship program uh, from anywhere from like I think third grade up to 10th grade. And when it hit, like we had to go out to school, right? So I was just like, man, what am I going to do? Because the physical aspect is what I'm here for. Um, So I would be still within city year, but while that was going on, I was helping give back to my community by giving out hygiene kits. I partnered up with a company called Feed the Soul, so we were giving out hygiene kits. We were giving out some food, and we were giving out information and resources about what to do during this and how to get better. And I did that from like since the pandemic hit until like July or something like that. I was influenced with that, and I was with that as well. And I was also a part of some programs called Create Art Not Violence with somebody, and that had a lot to do with teaching them with art how we can get through our emotions and our pain a lot. And that was nice to be a part of as well.
Most definitely. I want to welcome Radio Chaos to the show again, and also Marcellus Smith out of Louisiana. Radio Chaos is up in Canada, and Marcellus is out in Louisiana. If And I actually want to welcome all our guests on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, and D Live is up in the house. So
That's good.
definitely, if you have questions or if you want to find out about these programs that he's involved in, what they're doing in a community, maybe you can reach out to him and bring it to your community, because everybody can be able to do something. I know we're in a pandemic, so we definitely need to be safe on that. Speaking of the pandemic, uh, how is it up in Cleveland? Are y'all on lockdown, or is it still open?
It's fairly open. We got a curfew like around 10 or something like that. Like all the bars are closed down or closing down around that time, so that's really good. But other than that, we've been fairly open. I can barely tell that we ain't even in a pandemic when I'm in Cleveland. Besides, like wearing a mask every day, but that's about it. It hasn't been too bad on me. I've been like, I'm okay with it. I understand that we gotta get through this, and that's all I'm trying to do is just get through with it. I ain't complaining about nothing. I'm
Oh,
I'm staying healthy.
most definitely. And also, what are the songs? I know you have several songs out because you're on Spotify. Uh,
Yeah.
and what other songs do you have that is a banger? I know you tagged me in one the other day. Um, I
I
can't remember.
gotta. What you say is called?
I can't remember the name of it. You tagged me in it on Instagram the other day.
Yeah, that's a new song that's coming out later this year. It's called On God. It's really it's really not on my influential side, but
Okay.
it discusses how I came from being this guy that just would do so much for like females, and then now they're getting my attention a little bit, but like it's really somewhere just about like just talking a little bit of trash, but being polite about it. Like I started the song saying I used to have love for these goals, and I'm not calling them, what I'm saying, place that with the H word because that's not how I see women. You know what I'm saying? Um, so like it was just a fun song for me to make, but it's really good. It got a nice verse, it got nice verses, and it got a really nice hook. The hook is the part I'm really proud about because it's talking about how I'm strong, I'm not weak. And that's what I really want to send a message to people. Like I'm a strong individual. I'm not a weak person just because I do community cleanups or just because I like to get back to my community doesn't make me weak. That actually makes me really strong, and I like to embrace that.
And I noticed that about you because I was reading some posts on your Instagram where you had a couple of people that kind of didn't really criticize you but gave you some pointers, and you was
Yeah.
open to that, which I was like, okay, so this he have thick skin, and I'm like, hey, this brother, he's about it. He will take advice from people what he need to change. And that clip that you sent me the other day, I was like, man, this is dope. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to put that in my rotation when I'm able to start back working out, start listening to it a little bit more.
Yeah. Most definitely. That song in specific, that's gonna have it's got a heavy hitting artist that's gonna be on that song for a little bit of it. I can't really release no names until everything's finalized, but like he's gonna be on the song. It's a male artist, and he's known. He's really known.
Okay. And when should we look for that to come out?
Uh, no later than no later than August, I would say. It's February right now, so yeah, no later than August for sure, for sure.
Okay, most definitely. I'll definitely be listening to it. Listen out for it because it was pretty dope when I just heard the little snippet of it. And
Thank you.
man, that's some dope stuff. Cause I know one thing I told you when we first met. Well, hey, I want only positive music, and you were like, hey, check this out, it's good. I'm okay with all music, but
Right.
not the ones that degrade our community. It's
Yeah.
it's hard for me to get into that, especially during these trying times.
Most
So,
definitely. I'm the same way. Go ahead. I'm listening. My apology.
oh no, that's cool. So, what else do you have you working on? I know you said
Yeah. I'm working on a few things. So I got that song coming out. Then I got another song. It's called, I don't know if it's gonna be called Chills, but that song is based off of I forgot how it is. Oh yeah, this song is really based off of how I'm a blessing. I started the song like I told you, I'm a blessing. I came to teach our lessons. I'm a 101, so I can never be a second. And they love to disrespect me because they can't keep the steps I'm taking. And I get a lot of people, whether they're in my city or not in my city, that send me negative, like a lot of negative shade. And but I haven't done anything to those individuals or anything, but I still get it. And what I do with that is I just keep going. Like I don't care that you know what I'm saying, talking bad about me behind my back, in my face. That don't phase me. I'm just trying to get better as an individual, and I hope the same thing for you. And I'm gonna keep being that type of person. That's not gonna change about me, no matter what you do to me, how much you do with me. Like I just hope you get better.
man, that's dope right there because a lot of people start hating on you when they know that you got something that they lacking of. So that's like I said, when I heard your music, I'm like, hey, this is dope. We need to get you on the show. We finally able to get our schedule together and I roll with it. So I appreciate it. Where can people find you at? I know you're on Spotify. What social media are you on?
Yeah, right now I'm on Facebook at Nipstree, so NIPPS, and then Niptree NIPPTRE. And I'm also on Instagram at Nips Music, NIPPS Music, and then on Twitter I don't really be on Twitter, but I'll be on Instagram a lot. On Twitter though, that's Nip City, NIPPCITY. The name actually, that I'm just gonna talk about this myself. The name Nips, it came from like high school stuff where like people were giving out purple nurples, and then one time somebody was like, you know what, that was too easy to grab yours, so we're gonna just call you Nips. And I was like, okay, and I ran with it, right? But that name, if I broke it down, like I think it was last year, and I defined something else. That's why it's periods in between, so it means neguses and powerful positions systematically, and that's where now that's where I'm at. Like it's not a game no more. Now it's like real serious. So when people say Nips now, you got to put a little bit serious tone to it. Like play around with it, but I mean business about that name.
Most definitely, most definitely, man. That's some good stuff right there. Um, so definitely follow this brother on Facebook, Instagram, and also check him out. His channel out on Spotify. Uh, is that the only music channel that you own, or do you have other
Yeah,
ones?
I'm on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Google Play Music, and about anywhere KK Box. I'm on there. If anybody listens to KK Box, I'm on a couple different wherever you can find. You can search Nips and search like one of my song names, like Nips Reverse. If you want to search that, that'll get you to whatever radio station that you on or whatever music catalog you on. I'm probably on there.
Okay, there you go. With Nips, I definitely appreciate it. I know we had um, you had another appointment coming up right behind me, so I
I
definitely
mean,
appreciate.
like I could give. I definitely got a few more minutes because like
Okay,
whatever. Yeah, I got into nine. It's 9:30 over here. It's 9:21 over here. I got 9 more minutes.
okay, all right, cool. So um, you mentioned earlier, which I feel like is good. You actually mentoring a young man right now, and
Yeah.
you are actually um, not only doing sports with him, but you also hitting the books with them and also teaching them other things. Let's talk about that a little bit.
For sure. So right now, we're trying to get into a curriculum where we learn the Swahili together. So if I was to go on the show and saying do Swahili Mambo, hello, Babaria Usiku, that's how was your night in Swahili. So we learn the Swahili because we get taught English. That's not an African dialect, right? So I wanted to teach him on a side where it's like we could speak this with one another. We could be completely comfortable. On top of that, when you learn how to language, it enhances your memory, and it also helps you by depicting up different other languages as well. So we've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna keep continuing to do that with him. Um, we probably block out like a 30-minute section, and we do Swahili for that little bit of time being, and that's been fun. So
Okay, cool. Now
yeah.
you also mentioned that uh you teaching them how to swim because
Hmm.
it's a lot of unfortunately it's a lot of black people that don't know how to swim.
Right.
Uh, I'm I'm gonna say I'm one of them because
Mm.
uh, I can swim long as my head not up in the water too long.
See. See.
So um, so how long have you been swimming? Did you do it at school or how did you learn? And I'm glad you teaching the young brother how to swim.
Right.
Because with Chef, I had that opportunity growing up, and I almost drowned when I was younger, so that was always a fear of mine. So
I understand. Saying that for me, I think I also almost drowned when I was younger, but I didn't get into swimming until I turned like 15 or so in high school. Once I found swimming, it kind of saved my life though because I tried basketball, I tried baseball, I tried football, golf, shoot, I tried baseball, but none of those really, you know what I'm saying, stuck to me the way that swimming did. And it was something about, I guess it's something about being in the water. I actually did more research after I became a swimmer, why I was into being a swimmer so much. And water just has so many. I mean, water, of course, is the creation of all life, but also it soothes us. It helps us. That's where we're from. We 70% water. The earth like 70% water. So it's only right to, you know what I'm saying, be a swimmer or learn how to swim. So when I learned it in high school, I took that and I also went to college for it in a little bit. But then I left school, went to the Marine Corps, and then after like while I was in the Marine Corps, I was a swim instructor for a private company in Cleveland, and then yeah, that's that. But I was like, yeah, just because I stopped doing that at this place, don't mean I'm gonna stop teaching people how to swim. I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm just gonna figure out how to way to do that slowly but for surely, and that's what I've been doing. Like I taught my son how to swim. He freaking I had him in the pool like 3 months, but by the time he hit 2, he was jumping in the water by himself with no problem and just gliding through, pulling a bit. But he ain't a great swimmer yet, but he's going to be. He's going to be.
it's coming, it's coming. So
Yeah.
uh, so you did serve as a Marine. How long were you
Hmm.
in the service for?
I was only in the service 2 years, 2000 I think 16 to 2018. Yeah, I was in the service 2 years.
Oh, okay. That's all right. Appreciate you for serving because I know, especially a Marine, that's one of the hardest ones to be in.
That
Uh,
boot camp was no joke.
but definitely, and how old is your son? You said you have a son.
Yeah, he about to be 3, May 25th.
Okay, May 25th. Okay, cool. Well, that's good. That's definitely good business. Now, I've been watching you on Instagram ever since we met, and you also have a business on the side too, right?
Yeah, so I do like success over everything. That's my business on the side that I've been trying to maintain. It's a it's a challenge definitely maintaining the business, as anyone knows who's doing a business or doing a show, like yourself, that is difficult to maintain if you're doing it by yourself, right? So my business is rooted in helping each other get better at whatever we're trying to do. That's why I call it success over everything, because I'm placing success first, because success gonna come before the money. It's gonna come before the clothes, the cars, and anything else that you might want in life. But I feel like a lot of people put those things first. But I'm placing success first because that's what's gonna make me be the greatest anyway. Is how successful I am, and that's also a state of mind. But still, since I know how I am successful right now, sure, the sky's the limit for how I'm gonna be successful in the future. Because
Exactly.
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
going there.
I didn't realize radio had asked the question, "How long were you in the Marines?" Because I try not to read the questions before if I'm in the middle of talking. So but he did ask that question. He did answer for 2 years, so he did serve. And no, he wasn't one of those that did the terrorist act on Capitol Hill. So he wasn't
Yeah.
that.
Nah. I did. I was an infantryman in the Marine Corps, so that's mine was 0341 Mortarman. That was my job. So uh, I got like it was pretty intense. I did a lot of things that it taught me a lot. That's all. That's all. I can't say I can use that now. I really can't because I don't feel like blowing people up or anything like that. So um, I'm just gonna have fun using like the leadership that I got from that and the teamwork that I got from that in order to um, become a better individual and help others become better individuals.
No, that's good. You're already doing a great job because you're giving back and you're teaching these young boys how to actually how to grow, and it's which is really good. I want to know if you went to Paris, Allen, or San Diego.
Yeah, I was in Paris Island, 3rd Battalion, Kilo Company. Uh, yeah, that's where I was at in Paris Island.
Okay. Uh, See, radio, he be asking good question because um, I wish he was in Dallas too because I'll be like, look, we'll have him co-host because he asked some of the hard question, but definitely um, so that's good that you did serve and giving back to your community. I love to see that. Now I know a lot of people talk about with kids today. Are you talking with your mentee about finances?
Oh, of course, yeah. You know, it's crazy that you mentioned that. So I do DoorDash and sometimes too because that's a nice side hustle or whatever, you know, just to get it off the ground. Also that shirt right there, that's success over everything shirt. I'm gonna print those out. But anywho, yeah. So I DoorDash and he had come along with me, and I give him a small percentage of my DoorDash income because he was with me, and I teach him that. So and then one time I gave him like $5, and I said keep $5 for a week and see what happens. And I gave him $7 that next week because he kept the $5. And then I said, if you keep that $7, let's see what's gonna happen to that. So I've been trying to teach him how it is to what it is for him to hold on to something and how that can grow just from you just having it and it's sitting in a good place. And that's what bankings do anyway. They you say put the money in the savings account. If you keep it in there for that long, we'll put some in there too. So there's that aspect of it, and also just teaching them about a little bit into what it is to invest your time into it in order to get some money back from it. And I also tell them like when I'm giving you money is because you did something really good or you attempted to do something great or you did something like you just been doing good. So I feel like you should have some type of income to yourself right now.
Okay. Now, how what age range is the young man?
He's 14.
14. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
think he might be able to open up like a kids account, saving account. I would recommend that, like going to a credit union or something,
Right.
and just tell him the importance of it. If he save it when he turn 18, no telling how much he'll have.
For sure.
Uh,
For sure.
if it's possible he could do that. So that's always a good thing too. I wish I had that opportunity growing up. I did know it now. So definitely let's uh T-Cal is in the house. T-Cal came in. Hey, people, happy Monday. You. So definitely let's stay in contact when your music hit. When it comes out, definitely let me know for we can bring you back on the show and we can definitely talk about the new song coming out and go with it like that. So
Yes, for sure. And I wanna before I leave out the show, I wanna give y'all a small piece of a poem as well. I gotta grab it. Uh, yeah, it's called High School. Okay, I go like this. If you can lend me an ear without the things you fear blocking them from hearing this open-minded message, you will see that I'm the messenger, so don't shoot me. I'm here to tell you that it's okay, that you have lost your roots. You're not alone, you did no wrong, and that is just the truth. You grew up in darkness seeking for light, but none of them seemed too bright. There was some there, but not enough over there, so quickly you took flight. You found a love that wasn't rough, which brought you to a lighter touch. You promised not to give it up, and then realized it wasn't blood. At least at that moment, because the only thing you felt was hunger, refusing to fill up on mistakes and headaches, lost fates or false stakes to become something great. And that's what I did as a kid. I found love, then lost it. And I just didn't believe in me enough. And now I do, so we gonna see what's up. And this ain't my first challenge. I'm definitely ready for it. All of the threats, bets, disrespect, but all of that comes with checks. And mark this moment in your story when you witness glory. And
Man,
that's all I got.
that's dope right there. Sound like
Appreciate it.
there's gonna be another one of your hits coming
It
out.
could be. It could be. We
That's
just wait on it.
that's all right right there. But definitely, I appreciate you for coming on the show, blessing the show.
No
Uh,
problem.
T. Kyle said, "All right, all right now, snapping." So I definitely appreciate you for coming on the show, blessing the show. Whenever you got something going on, you need the community to know about. Um, Definitely reach out to me. We'll bring you back on. Um, Radio said, "Good luck in your career. Never give up on your goals."
Never. Thank you.
That I'm telling you, we have some great um, followers on the show that because they know only thing we're gonna do is talk about positive thing. Well, not all thing positive, but we're gonna talk about a lot of positive things. Keep people informed, but we're gonna be honest with a person, and we're
Right.
gonna be respectful. So this is a platform for everybody. Long as you are honest and respectful to everyone, you always welcome on. But hey, I appreciate you. Go follow this brother on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Uh, you said it was Nips Music on Instagram.
Yep. Nips Music on Instagram, Nips Nip Tree on Facebook, Nip City on Twitter, and it's just Nips on any song or any platform for music that you might listen to. But if you look up Nips and reverse or Nip09, you're more than likely to find me that way because there's a lot of. I guess when you type in just Nips, it can be very open ended.
Exactly. And so I appreciate you. Um, hey, doors always open. You want to come back? Um, when your new music come out, definitely check it out. Because right now, I couldn't. What's the count of how many songs you have out right now?
Yeah, I have 9. There's 09, reverse, a breezy, splurge. I got I got coasting on there. That's a good song. And then there's 2 more. I can't remember those names though. Chimes and there's one more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I got 9.
Because I seen one thing you had posted that um you had posted that I guess on one of the on Spotify or something you have over 12,000 streams per month.
Yeah, right now I'm at 859 listeners or so a month, and then on Apple Music I got about 9, and I got some love from Zimbabwe, and I'm pretty appreciative of that, and Japan as well. So that's pretty dope too. So I'm just really looking forward to the rest of what's gonna happen for me, um,
Oh,
and others as well. Because if it's changing my life, it's changing other people's lives. I know that for a fact. Because like now I'm on the show with you, and I kind of changed your life in a sense because you got to talk to me and me, and vice versa. So like we just helped each other out today, and I'm really appreciated that you invited me to the show in the first place. And I also did spread the word to other Cleveland artists that I know of who got a similar wave as me to try to join your show if they could.
most definitely. Tell them reach out to me. You have my email and also hit me up on Instagram. If they hit me up on Instagram, ask them to send me a message, let them know that you sent me,
For
because
sure.
getting a lot of spam lately. So
Right.
so definitely do that, even if it's by email, for I know who I'm dealing with, because some people looking kind of suspicious. So, but I appreciate it. I know you got to run, but definitely,
Yep.
you're always welcome to come back. So,
Appreciate it.
All right, Nips.
Last thing, last thing to leave y'all with is create good habits and keep doing your good habits. That's gonna push out your bad habits. All right, good habits over bad habits. Peace, y'all.
Stephanie, peace. Y'all give it up for Nips out of Cleveland, Ohio. Brother doing a lot of great things there. That's part of our um, Monday artist spotlight. So if you are a artist that is working on some good positive things, definitely reach out to it. We can bring you on the show, give you the opportunity to highlight what you're working on, and we are international, so they can help you in the long run. So definitely reach out to us and let's do this thing together. We gotta reach back and bring people along with us. So if you want to be on the show, you can hit me up on all social media. But you can also email me. Email me. Let me know that you want to be on, and we'll go from there. So tonight we are gonna. I'm gonna hit on on a story real quick. Um, in New York, um, this 9-year-old baby was pepper sprayed by the police officer. And I've seen the video several times since this morning. I say it all the time. It's a difference between how police officer deal with black people and how they deal with white people. You cannot tell me if there was a 9-year-old young white girl that was calling out for her father, she would have been pepper sprayed. I don't believe it. And here it is. I don't the situation, whatever the reason was, I guess it was some type of family domestic or something. The little girl was 9 years old. And then one of the cops calling her darling and stuff like that. And when he yelled out to him, like, just spray her. You don't do that. And then after you sprayed her, you just close the door and just leave her in there as if she'll be okay. She asking you to wipe her eyes, but you just closed the door, left her in the back of the car. Then try to wash her eyes out or anything. And that's wrong. That's wrong. We have to do better than that. If you are a 200 plus pound officer and cannot handle a 9-year old child that is in handcuff, you don't need to be a cop. It was probably 6 or 7 officers around there, but it was mainly 3 that was dealing with the child. I don't know if y'all would have called her father probably would have said, "Look, baby, because of this is what's gonna happen." And he probably could have told her to cooperate. But when you have a 9-year-old child that is calling out for their father to help them, and she kept asking you, "Could you please um, let me talk to my father? I will cooperate with y'all, but let me talk to my dad." Maybe y'all was surprised because her father is in her life. I don't know. But maybe that was a shocker to y'all because all black kids have not grew up without a father in the household. But once again, It's not right. It's not right. I say it all the time. If you are scared to do your job, you don't need to be a police officer. You have to have some type of common sense. You must have some type of common sense. And what I seen in the video, no, these officers need to be fired, handcuffed, and pepper sprayed. It's crazy. Um, I don't understand it. It's gonna be hard for you to try to make me understand it because only thing I seen this child doing with the history of the police been doing lately, only thing I see this child is doing is asking for a dad. Um, Radio asked what city was it? It was Rochester, New York. I'm not surprised by the action. I'm not surprised at all. But here it is. You want black people, and especially young black kids, to follow your orders, but the respect that y'all give us, you want us to just take whatever you say. Because here it is, let the history be shown. Not just the black men and women that been killed by the police last year or the several years for the last hundreds of years, but also the young black kids that been killed. You should have asked for the father to come out there. And I'm sure that father would have been able to talk to the daughter to get her to cooperate with you. But once again, because she was black, you didn't want to do that. You probably felt like she didn't have a father. She had making it up. But hey, just because you have a badge does not it do not mean that you are right all the time. You have to know how to deal with everybody in the community that you are serving. So yeah, this is I feel that those officers should be terminated because it's not right. What message are you sending? Is definitely not right. Um, so yet other can storm the Capitol and get handled better. Exactly, exactly, and pretty unprofessional behavior on the parts of the cop. Yes, it is. The video is very disturbing. Um, if you've been looking at the internet today, it's all over the internet. And when I first seen it, I'm like, this cannot be true. Um, it cannot be true. Um, so I don't know. I'm speechless because it seemed like every week, every day, every other day, something dealing with the police officer, uh, and it always something dealing with a minority. And the first thing they try to say, well, blacks are angry. You broke that trust. The police department had broke the trust. And let the truth be told, as we're um, at the start of Black History Month, let the truth be told, the police was actually created to round up slaves. So you're talking about trust the police. How can we trust the police and they was created to round up slaves or to round up black folks? That's why we have so many um, prisons that are ran like business, uh, pro for profit prisons, because they got to keep them full in order for them to be successful. So here it is, 9-year old girl. Now I've seen some other people do worse than that, and guess what? They was handed over to their parents. This 9-year old girl, y'all maced her. Just last week we had one that body slammed a young black girl in Florida and knocked her out cold. But you want us to trust you. You want our kids to trust you. But trust got to be given. And from what we seen over the last couple of years, no, the police have broke that trust. What we seen January the 6th, because of all the police officers that was involved with this terrorist attack on the Capitol, how can we trust you? Here's the same people that trying to overturn the government, and you want us to say, "Oh, we trust you." No, we don't trust you because you don't like us. You feel like you are above us. The only thing that make the only difference between a policeman and us, they just have a badge. They tuck an oath, but most of them don't follow it, because if they did, we would not be having all these killings going on against unarmed black people. We wouldn't have all these assaults going on if they really believe in that oath that they took. So, yeah, how can we trust you? We can't. We can't. Um, yes, I agree with you, radio. And it's sad. It's sad that it's like this, because first thing they'll do, they get back to the station and allegedly, "Oh, you did a great job on that. That was great. Yeah, you did a wonderful job. That's right. Take her to jail. Now let's go ahead and mess her life up for the rest of her life. Give her a record." I feel like all charges should be dropped. You were dealing with a child, dealing with a temper tantrum. Bottom line, if you would have taken the time, call a parent, call a parent. For the simple fact, you was called out there for uh, a family issue anyway, but one of her parents should have been there. Either one of them could have talked the young lady down, but that wasn't an option though. That was not an option. Um, I'm sure one probably is going to come along. I don't know for sure because I never did check back on that story, but I'm quite sure it's coming along. There are some elected officials that are actually asking for these officers to be terminated. And I'm gonna go a little bit further, not only being terminated, but also put it where they cannot be a policeman again, because this is ridiculous. It keep going on, but nothing is happening with it. Um, so it's nothing that is taking place. They doing the same thing, just a different day and a different victim. And at some point, we have to say, as the people, enough is enough. When people talk about defunding the police, it's not about the fact that um, we just want to take money from them. These officers have to realize you are working for the people. And if you cannot do that, you cannot um you cannot be a part of it. And a lot of times, some of these policemen that come to these work for different departments, they not even don't even live in the city. Most of them live in the city outside, and by them living in a different city, they come to your city, make money, and no tax dollars go on. And they go back to their little city, wherever they from. So but people are tired. People are tired, and tell you how tired people are because um, a Florida CEO posted a selfie in front of the U.S. Capitol on January the 6th. Mr. Hastings, 61 years old, said in a social media post um, that they just stormed the Capitol, and said had a sign. He's he deleted the selfies for right now. He owned Bar Products. He's the founder of Bar Products and CEO Mark Hastings. And in the capture, it clearly said, "Stop the steal." Has fled to a fight with some of its once loyal customer. The dust up is the latest example of CEO taking public stance. Well, of course, it's a backlash always come with it. In this situation, uh, someone wrote, after 16 years of buying my bar tools from his company, I, for one, would never spend another cent with them. Brad Kaplan, 46, posted on Facebook alongside a screenshot of Mr. Hastings' selfie in a Trump hat. So now um, he's losing business, which he should. Hey, you did a terrorist attack on America, and you expect for people still to support you. Um, they said Mr. Kaplan, who bartended at the Denver International Airport, was among the dozen of bartenders and owner who took to social media to denounce Mr. Hastings or call for a boycott of his company, generating hundreds of comments and support and thousands of likes across Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Some commenters defend Mr. Hastings' right to protest and decry that what they describe as the cancel cultural nature of a boycott. Well, I guess that's where they say it's his rights. we'll just cut across the field. This is right. It's your right, and it's also our right if we want to spend money with you. And I would not support anybody, me personally, as for me and my household, would not support anybody that took part of that. If I know they was part of it, I don't care how bad I need it. I will go pay more money just to keep from supporting them. And that's what some of the bar owners are doing. They are taking a stand on it and saying, hey, we're not going for this. I'm not going to spend money for you to go and do stuff like this. Um, so, and it's a lot of people that is taking a stand on it, which they should. It's their right to do it. Yeah, people are gonna get upset. Well, you shouldn't be like this. You shouldn't be like that. Well, he shouldn't have been there. Just like all the other thousands of them should not have been there. You cannot overthrow our government. You cannot tell us our vote doesn't matter. Like you was really gonna win that fight. Um, so that I'm glad the customer have recognized it and have taken a stand and said, you know what, I'm not spending money with this dude. And so that's interesting. I'm still waiting to hear from the guy with the horns because he agreed to testify against Trump. And once he testify, I'm telling you, it's about to really get crazy. Um, once it comes out, the truth come out, it's gonna really get crazy because here it is. Trump heard today. I know last night we talked about five, but heard today his entire legal team has stepped away from representing him for the impeachment trial. That tells you right there is something not right. Um, Radio said, and they found some of the people that stormed the Capitol had not even voted in the 2020 election. That's a shame. That's a shame. Which I know is some people that probably listen to our show that was supporting Trump that probably haven't voted in years, which is a shame. Uh, you speaking all these big words. Excuse me. Speaking these big words, but you're not allowing your words to add up right. Speaking of voting, DeSoto, tomorrow, y'all have a mayor election and also a city council. Y'all are voting on. Tomorrow is the absolutely last day you can vote on it. So definitely go and get your vote on. I'm not in the city of DeSoto, but if I was, I would vote for Kenzie Moore because that brother, he stand for something. And he's doing some great things. That's an honest brother. He's for the people. So definitely go out and support him. You can vote for whoever you want to. I'm just saying who I will vote for. And definitely elect him as your next mayor. Or at least go out and let your voice be heard. So, but if it was me, I know who I will vote for. It will be Kenzie Moore all day, without a doubt. Because you want somebody who's going to be for the people and not somebody who just want their paycheck. So, so definitely take advantage of that. And it came out also while we talking about the January 6th terrorist attack. Um, came out also that um, I guess they had a robocall to go out to tell people what all they was gonna do Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to drink plenty of water. Uh, I didn't know it was going to be that loud, but um, they had a robocall to go out to tell people exactly what they was planning on doing on January the 6th. So, like I say, a lot of things is going to come out about this particular situation, and it's not going to be good for some people. I still feel like the ones that did it should not get bail. They shouldn't. I feel that some people are real nervous right now, especially since this guy's talking, and unfortunately, they may be trying to hush him up. So definitely, um, pay attention to this stuff. Um, I'm just like, wow, it's gonna be more and more stuff that comes out with this, and people don't realize how important it is to vote, not just for the presidential election, um, but also, boy, they just never stop. Um, but also for the local election. Yeah, local election is very important. Um, so I'm telling y'all, it's an ongoing thing. Um, some people they just come on here and I don't know what the benefits of it. Um, and that's a bad thing. And I'm like this. Any elected official that feels like um January 6th was not a bad wasn't a big deal, you need to vote them out. Vote them out because we don't need people like that representing us. That's telling you they are only for the people like that. They don't care about people trying to do right. They don't care about uh the ones that are trying to do positive thing in this country. They want to keep mess going. That's how they get elected. You get enough people that you have now I'm sure I'm probably gonna hear something, but get enough people that you have so-called brainwashed and they listen to everything that you say. Well, guess what? They're gonna continue to listen to you. But we need to change that. We need to make sure our elected officials are putting out positive energy because what I'm seeing from Marjorie, everything she's saying is negative. Everything. Everything she's saying she don't like about America. But you representing America because of your position. So you don't like America. I'm like, look, you just got to get over it. Um, JS, I'm gonna just go and tell you because I'm sure you probably are tuning in. Um, Talking about imagine being this stupid. Okay, well I guess you are pretty stupid because you find the time to go on my YouTube to leave a message like that and talking about free Douglas Mackey. For the simple fact, we talking about Douglas Mackey, who we talked about last week, who had several pipe bombs and also several, I think 49 plus handguns, weapons. But you want to free him. How about free yourself, free your mind? Because apparently your mind is not all there because you feel that, let me see, you feel it's his rights to have those pipe bombs and pipe bomb material making. So you feel that's his rights. Well, hey, each his own. Um, I say it all the time on the show. You do wrong, you got to do the crime. You got to do the time, and that's all to it. But like I tell everybody, you are welcome to come be on the show, be respectful, and come with facts, not conspiracy theory. Come with facts. I don't know why you keep harassing me because the thing is, I just reported the news. So I guess you may be contacting Fox, CNN, and all these other news outlets and harassing them too about reporting the news. Way I see it, if he didn't do it, he wouldn't be in the news. But hey, I appreciate you for taking the time to go listen to the video, watching the video. Please like, share, subscribe, click the notification for whenever we come on live. You can be a part of the show. I appreciate you. You always welcome to come on. Trump just a symptom. The Republican built this dysfunctional party uh, over the last couple of decades. Yes, we knew it was coming. Matter of fact, it ramped up after President Obama was in office. Um, that's when they said, no, we got to do something because a lot of the stuff they're saying today, they said the same thing about President Obama. And they knew it, it wasn't going to go down like that. So they needed somebody mentally challenged like Trump to come in and rile these people up. And I cannot see why anybody is still standing behind him. Matter of fact, I seen on the news the other day where this lady came on the news, said she was blindsided um, about the Trump and going to the Capitol. And I think she said she was there, but now she's trying to talk to people because she got caught up in a web of conspiracy. I believe that was the word she allegedly used. Got caught up in a web of conspiracy for the simple fact someone sent her something and she started watching these videos. She started believing it, but now she's helping people to get out that web because she's like, this is not right. But it took January the 6th before she realized that. Now, I don't know if she to the um, went to the Capitol Hill to be a part of that terrorist attack. Um, but if that's the case, it's just a matter of time before she get a knock. I'm wondering if the CEO Hastings, if he received this knock on the door. I want to know if the CEO of the owner of this candy shop in California, if she received her knock on the door yet, and have she been arrested? Because they all should be arrested, just like the water company out of Streetport. He's another one. Need to be arrested too. He was there. He was a part of it. I did not say nothing to you. Series is I'm be talking by herself, telling me one moment. I thought somebody walked in or something. Um, so All these people, if you was there, you would support her, you should be arrested. Um, I'm trying to pull up that story of that young lady who said that um, said that she now feel guilty about it. Um, um, hold on, 'cause I seen it the other day on um da, da, da. I'm trying to see if I can spin it. Um, if I can find that particular story, but yeah, she said, look, she was brainwashed. Um, radio said, according to the GOP, I live in a radical lefty society country. Hilarious. I'm like, hey, if I seen a meme today, which I feel like it was on point. It said, treat everybody right, and I will separate them later. It said, love everybody, and I will separate them later. God. But that's too much like right. That's too easy. A lot of people don't want to treat other people with respect. They feel like they up above them. So, um, I'm. Oh, this might be it. Talk of the country reader. Uh, I'm trying to see if this is it. I think this might be it, but I'm not quite sure. Um, but we'll talk about it. So basically, the title of it is Talk of the Country Reader Opinion. I feel sorry for all the Trump supporters who have been cooned and brainwashed by this guy. Wake up to the truth. To the person who believed the truth isn't being said in the paper, you are either elderly and never get out of the house, so you're safe from the virus, or you're stuck in front of Fox News TV listening to the conspiracy theory your president is spewing. Your president has destroyed this country like no other in history. He would go down in history as the worst. Even then, you won't wake up to the truth. Seriously, this is baffling. Trump has been impeached twice. Um, People have been leaving his administration left and right from day one, either by choice or being indicted. Wake up. I feel sorry for you and many others who have been cooned and brainwashed by this guy. Free speech should should only be free if it speak the truth. I'm gonna read that one again. Make sure the person in the back heard it. Free speech should only be free if it speaks the truth. If lies and falsehood are spoken or written to the public, there has to be legal consequences and reverse with the truth from the liar. Lies and falsehood repeated over and over again start to be believed and brainwashed. What would have been otherwise good citizen? It create domestic terrors, chaos, and more liars, especially when it harbors hate and misinformation. The liar does this with an effort to bring evil, gain power, control, cast doubt, and violence toward our country and our Constitution. For President Trump and others who have lied to this country, you will have to answer to a higher being for all the this lies lost in the stain you placed on our democracy, for you have succeeded in doing Satan work. Man, that's a mouthful right there. So I guess this is in Chicago Tribune. Um, People can call in or they write in how they feel, and this is what people have wrote about Trump and his people. I want to find um, this woman says she was trying to help people to get out of that brainwash of Trump, and says she feel bad because of what all the things she said and done and all the misleading that she have done to people, which is uh which is really crazy. Um yeah. Oh, I just said that. I thought that just came up. So people are really really crazy about this conspiracy theory. Um and the GOP, McConnell Blast Looney Lies by Georgia Rep Green. Republican Senator Leader Mitch McConnell denouncing newly elected Rep Marjorie Taylor Greene on Monday, calling the far right Georgia Republican embrace of conspiracy theory and loony lies a counsel for the Republican Party. And that allegedly came from Mitch McConnell. So, saying somebody who suggests that perhaps no airplane hit the Pentagon on 9/11. Hold on. I'm reading this raw, so I didn't read it before. So somebody who suggested that perhaps no airplane hit the Pentagon on 9/11, that's horrifying school shooting were pre-staged, and that the Clinton crashed JFK Jr. airplane is not living in reality, said McConnell, Republican of Kentucky, referring to a handful of conspiracy theory that Green has published in the past. This has nothing to do with the challenges facing American families or the robust debate on substance that can straighten our party. Wow. Um, yeah, that's a type of leader we do not need in office. Georgia, y'all need to stand up once again. We've been calling on Georgia to do a lot of the last couple election in Georgia. We still calling on y'all because y'all need to get her out of there. Need to make sure y'all send her home packing. Um, Radio said, I don't think the GOP truly understand how they are playing with fire right now. They are not paying attention to the warning sign. This could blow up in their face. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up because what's gonna happen when this impeachment trial come out? We all know Trump. Trump would not go down by himself. Just like the guy wanna come out and tell all he know. Yeah, I'm telling you, they probably trying to work out a deal with this guy. I don't think a deal should be given. So, but hey, that that's my spin on everything. But once again, um, we got a couple of minutes left. We can actually, you got a question for me? Ask away. I know it's been a while since we done it. Um, um, as for ask Kurt Dog anything. You can definitely ask away. We can, of course, I'm gonna give you the truthful answer, but you can definitely ask away and see exactly what you want to know. I just ask that you be prepared for it because I will answer. Oh, excuse me. Um, as for me right now, I'm still not. I haven't had much pain. Didn't sleep good last night. Tossed and turned because of my shoulder, but um, they um, called me today and told me I didn't have to wear my sling because the type of surgery they did, it's not holding anything together. It was just a clean out, a scope. So I'm good on that. Are you a dog or a cat guy? I prefer a dog. I was telling my wife, um, I definitely want to get another dog. Unfortunately, a couple of years ago, we had to put our dog down. Um, got him from he was a rescue dog. Got him from the shelter when he was real small, and he was a great dog mixed with a Rockwaller and uh, Labrador, I believe. A German Shepherd, one of them. He was mixed, but he was actually a real good dog, Teddy. And um, okay, a cat guy. I don't hate on cat. I had cats growing up, so had cats and dog growing up. But um I thought we end up having to put him down because one night he had um I want to say over 20 or 30 seizure in one night, and after that they never could figure out what was going on with him, so they had him on seizure medication, the same thing that a human would take. And this dog, since I've had him, he was one of those real hyper dog, loved to walk. He would love to eat, drink plenty of water, want ice in his water. But then once he started taking that medication, it was hard for him to wake up. It was um it was hard for him to stand up, not wake up, stand up. He just wasn't that life anymore. And my wife and I, we made the decision. We may need to go ahead and put him down because he's not the same. He's not getting better. He's moving slow. He stopped eating, and that was um for me that was sign that now he's not eating, and he always been a good eater. Um, so we made that decision, and when we took him, um, when they got ready to take him back, he stopped. He walked up to me, gave me his paw, shook my hand, and kind of leaned up against me and hugged me. Did the same thing to my wife, and then he turned around, walked in there without a problem, and he stopped and looked at us like he knew it was time, like he was at peace. So, but I always love dogs, always. Um, so that always been a good thing for me, having dogs, especially during my time growing up watching Lassie. I had a dog I used to talk to that I felt like she knew everything I was saying and she would do it. So um I always love dogs. I like dogs too, but I don't live in a place big enough for the dog I like, German Shepherd and Dalmatian. I said our next dog, I wanted to be a full blood. I would love a Dominant Pizza or a German Shepherd is good, but they shed a lot. Um, I even thought about a wolf dog. I wouldn't mind having one of those. But I'd say whatever we get, I would like it to be full blood. I would love to have a pet. Um, Great Danes are good, but they kind of can be. Well, that's the Dalmatian I'm thinking about. Because my brother used to have a full blooded Great Dane. It was a good dog, but they get in their ways sometimes. Great Danes are good, but you gotta have um, a high food bill with them because they're gonna eat and they're gonna put away some food. So um, then some Great Danes once they get to a certain age, um, they get big enough, they start leaning up on you, ruling you. um, so and they still a puppy at heart, just like Teddy. He was one of those type that was you couldn't tell him he wasn't a lap dog. You cannot tell him when he wanted us to show love to him. My wife and I could be watching TV, and he'll come and lay across both of us, and lay across the both of us and just watch TV with us. And I'm like, dude, you almost 100 pounds. You're heavy. So, but he'll be like, look, um, he was just a great dog like that. But we didn't want to get rid of him. But Teddy, he was cool. He was cool. Um, that was my boy. So that's the only pet that we had since we've been married, and where I said I want to get another one. Um, so we gotta see how that work out. Because we do like to travel when we was able to travel, and if you travel, it get kind of expensive because you have to take them to a kennel, and some of these kennels are not good. If they don't have cameras in there where you can monitor it, I stay away from them. But so I want to appreciate everyone that actually tuned in tonight. Thank Nips Music for coming on tonight, blessing the show, and definitely go follow him. Um, some dogs are smarter than most people. Some dogs are. Um, Look at Lassie, even though that was a TV dog, but dogs are smart. I sometimes I find myself on Instagram looking at the different dogs videos, and I'm like, man. But I would definitely like to get a full blood. Matter of fact, I seen there's a guy here in the Metroplex, and I started following him, and he actually breed dogs, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to see if I can uh, count my coins or not, see if I can afford one of his dogs. Um, but dogs are good if you a dog can sense if they're in a good environment, in a loving environment. Um, I remember years ago, I had a co-worker had to get rid of a dog. Now this was a Rockwaller, German and American Rockwaller mix, and I'm gonna run through this story pretty quick. Her name had a strange name. Name was Tasha, but when I went to go pick up Tasha, I'm talking about the first time I met Tasha. Went to pick her up. She came up, lovely, and I put in the back of the car. But somebody rode by on a bike and she became very aggressive. She was in the back seat, but she was like, no, you getting too close. And I started realizing Tasha was very overprotective. Um, when I lived in east of Dallas in a house, I would go back and cut my yard. Then when I go to the alley to cut back there, I drove around and I came around and I had a huge fence in the back. I don't know how tall it was, but I come around and she see me back there cutting the grass. I pull back around after I get finished getting ready to pull up in the driveway. And Tasha would when I pulled up, I'm like, why is she on top of that fence? She was trying to find a spot to jump down because she was coming back there for me. And I blew the horn and she seen me, she jumped down. I was like, okay. And she could jump without touching the fence, jump clean over the fence. And it's like Tasha is cool, but Tasha was very aggressive. If I'm watching TV at night, she'll sit right by me. When I go to bed at night, she will sit right outside my door. But then she turned around and uh, people just couldn't approach me. If we driving down the street or if we're walking, whatever it was, people could not approach me, and the dogs could not approach me. She wasn't going for it. Um, so, but Tasha was good, and she was a good dog. But hey, I appreciate Nip's music for coming on tonight. Tomorrow night we're gonna catch up on some other stories that we didn't get a chance to talk about tonight, and Black History Month. Black History Month. We'll have a little bit more Black History facts for tomorrow. The best one that y'all can do right now, definitely in the city of DeSoto, get out and vote. Get out and vote. Let your voice be heard. If I was there, Kenzie Moore would be my choice. So go follow Nips Music on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook. Um, Definitely go follow him. Show the brother some love. Have some great positive music, doing some great positive thing in his community back in Cleveland, Ohio. So definitely check him out. And also, I'll see y'all tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Hopefully, I can get some good sleep tonight. I have to do some stuff, change some things around. Maybe I could get comfortable tonight. Last night, I just couldn't get comfortable. So I was up probably every hour. On the hour, I was up. But tonight, I'm trying to hit it real good tonight. So until tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, I will see y'all tomorrow. Until then, peace.